Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Terry Johnson online everywhere talking about social media. Guys, get your pencils out because we need to take some notes about how to do better with our businesses on social media. And we're going to learn some tips and tools today. So without further ado, I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. And I want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And we are here with conversations with Terry Johnson online, all the way
Oh,
from New York City. I
I
know
don't know. I don't know what's going on. My light it just flickered. I was like, "Oops, what
I
is
saw
that?"
that. I saw you had a filter on you all of a sudden.
Yeah, one of the lights is flickering. Hopefully, it'll hold up because it's in the ceiling, and I cannot stop and
Oh,
then go. Okay,
gotcha.
let me change it.
That's the
Good
beauty
morning,
of going
everybody.
live.
I know. Well, that's what happens when you go live. Good morning, everybody. I'm Terry Johnson, digital marketing strategist, here to talk to you every week about digital marketing topics such as content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, website SEO, everything that has to do with running and starting a business online. So we're here to help you with those topics, and I hope we accomplish that today. As Carolina said, we're here to talk about marketing to help you. So
Mhm.
let us know where you are. If you're here, say hi, say, hey, I'm here. What's going on? Where you're from? Any questions, any comments, please put those in the chat. So, and also as you see below me, I have the banner that says share this post. So please share this post wherever you happen to be, whatever platform you're watching on. We're on different platforms. I'm not going to mention them because each one has different ways of handling a share. So you are welcome to use the format that wherever you are, you know what to do. We'll say it like that. But thank you for
Mhm.
watching, everybody. And we're going to get right into the topic. Meet the Content Challenge.
Mm.
Meet the Content Challenge. So, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, there are a lot of acronyms in marketing. I mentioned a
Mhm.
couple before. We've got one more. Sorry, it's called UGC.
Mm.
Wonder
Okay.
what that one is. UGC. I didn't make a banner for that, but
I am putting it in the chat.
okay.
Mhm.
UGC.
Mhm.
And that UGC is user generated content. See, marketing people, they like to, oh, this acronym, that acronym, what's going on, blah blah blah. No, make it simple. We're here to make marketing simple and plain. And once you come across some acronyms or some words or things that you don't know about, you go, what the heck is that? Why don't you just say user generated content? Um, we could say that, but it's easier to say the three letters. Okay, so user generated content is simply content that your audience makes about your business, your brand, your product, your service. That's really what it is. It's not anything complicated.
Mhm.
It's content. It could be text, it could be videos, it could be images, reviews, anything created by your audience, your customers, and not you.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, what's so great about that? What's great about that?
Well, I would think what it indicates is that your audience is engaged in what you're talking about and what you're doing, so
Right.
that they would want to participate. It's sort of like, Good Morning America has the cup, and you can send your picture of you with your cup to the website, and they'll post it during the program.
Right. Do you see there's a banner below us, Grow Your Joy?
Yes, I
What
see
what it
that. I can take it off. What is?
yeah. It's cover I wanted to meet the content challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find it, I didn't see it. Sorry
I
guys.
found it.
We're doing StreamYard stuff. It's StreamYard stuff. Okay, so what's good about it is that it is free advertising in most cases, in all cases. It's word of mouth, and it gets people to come and see your business, your brand, without you having to advertise or think of creating a post. So that's why I was saying that, how do you what's the easy way to make content where you let somebody else make
it? Okay.
Excuse me. You let somebody else make it and not you. So you don't have to think about making content. You don't have to think about, well, what do I say? They're saying it for you. Your audience is saying it for you. And this is the deal. So you reshare it, but you have to get permission first, but you reshare it. So that's the good thing about the user-generated content. And I bring this Meet the Content Challenge because it's a challenge to make content sometimes. People are like, oh, what do I post? What do I do? What do I say? Hey, Pat. Pat's here.
Good morning, Pat. How you doing?
So we're talking about user-generated content, Pat. And I labeled this Meet the Content Challenge because creating content sometimes is a challenge. That's what I hear the conversation and all the business groups, small business groups, marketing groups. I don't have time for content. What do I post? I don't know what to post. Instagram is so confusing because there's stories, there's feed, there's IGTV, and now there's reels. What do I do with all that? Well, I'm telling you that user-generated content is coming to your rescue. But here's the deal. You can't make your audience, your customers, create this content. They have to do it, and you're just asking permission to share. And that's important. You have to ask permission. You just can't share their content. You have to, reach out to them. And again, I always say, talk to your audience, talk to your customers, send them a DM, a message. Hey, I saw this great post you did about my thing, my product, my service, whatever it is. I would love to feature it on my social media. Most of the time you're going to get, because people like to be featured, right? Don't people like to be featured?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Especially if they have a business.
Yes. Yes. And you don't have to be a big brand. You could be a smaller business as long as you're looking out for mentions of your business. And we talked about that not recently. Maybe we'll talk about it again. But this is where you're setting up your tools online to catch the mention of your business or your brand, and they don't have to tag you because some people will tag the business, especially if they're irritated or upset about some customer service issue. You're like, oh, you did this, you did that, I didn't get this, I didn't get that, right? But you can look for mentions, like just plain text of your business or brand, and this works with your industry and your topic also. If you want to catch what's going on, like for travel, we always bring out travel because we have a lot of people in our group that are travel agents. They deal with travel, so always tell them to keep watch. You don't have to be a Twitter user, but go to Twitter and search for, because the conversation is happening there. So they don't have to tag your business, but they can be talking about your business or your industry. Right? Hey, good morning, Tachi. How are you? Good morning. Good to see you. So we get people coming in. Good. Like we said at the top, please share this out wherever you're watching. Do us a favor, bring more voices to the conversation, more fun to the chat, whatever we want to call that. All right, so back to the content challenge. And I was saying that this is an easy way for you to make content no matter what size you are. You don't have to be a big brand. And I'm going to talk about a big brand in a minute. Sorry, because something's in my eye. Sorry, guys. Because this is what, we've talked about user-generated content before, and it is a strategy that I talked about and I know about, but it's just that something happened in the last couple of weeks where I was like, that is UGC on a big scale. So how do we take something that a big brand did and filter it down and whittle it down to fit us? Because like we're not that big brand, we're not that big company. Like they've got, you know, a budget, they got millions of employees. We don't have that. It's just us or a few people. So how can I use that strategy to fit what I'm doing? So that's what we're going to talk about. But I just wanted to give you a little background on the user generated content, or UGC. And what, okay, let me make sure. I'm just checking my notes, make sure I got them in order. Yeah, I said that. Okay. Let's get into some numbers. So user generated content is about creating trust, right? Because you're trusting that your audience, your customers are going to talk about your business or your brand after being satisfied and letting others know. Like we said, the word of mouth. You know, that's the part of it. 92% of consumers trust recommendations from people they know, and 70% trust online consumer opinions. Now that number, I have my, that's from Nielsen.com. I wanted to make sure I cite my sources. That's a study from Nielsen.com. I will put that link in if you guys want to see the numbers, because you know I love numbers. So anytime I see some kind of report or numbers, I'm like, hey, I'm with that. I'm down with that.
So most people will try a product based on a friend's recommendation. It's essentially what you just said, right?
Yes. So they're saying 92% of consumers trust recommendation from people they know, and 70% trust online consumer opinions. Now this ties into influencer marketing, where a person has a group that follows them, and that group trusts what they present to them online or what they say, because they built that trust. That has to be built. That can't be bought. So once the influencer has that community and is active, engaged, and they love the, you know, the, not celebrity. I'm not going to say celebrity, because an influencer can be a micro influencer, someone who has a smaller group, 2,000 followers or less, but the group is concentrated on that one topic that that community and that influencer talks about. Sorry guys, something's in my eye. Okay, so once you get that influencer community, that's your signal to a bigger brand or what have you, whoever the business, that they want to tap into that community. Because see, you created, it's like being a Pied Piper. You know, everybody remember Pied Piper, the story about the guy played the flute, and was it the rats or the kids? Something was following him.
Was following him, yes.
Right. Everybody was following him because he played it was a tune that they loved. So that's why they followed. I think it was kids. I'm getting stories mixed up, you know. All these old stories. What's that?
I've forgotten too.
Yeah, I've forgotten the story. Would somebody look it up, or if you have it?
Yeah, I'm gonna look
but
it up.
It's not really important. The background of the Pied Piper is just that the Pied Piper played a flute or whatever the instrument was, and the tune was so lovely that people followed him wherever he went. So he was the leader, they were the follower because they wanted to follow. So this is the deal with influence. When you think influencer, think Pied Piper. Influencer.
Here's an interesting fact about you, the Pied Piper. I found out recently that sheep herders have a certain tune that they play, and their sheep will follow their tune.
That certain tune. Wow. See, I didn't know that.
No idea.
That's interesting.
I know.
And see, Tachi says it was kids and rats. See, to me, Tachi, I was like, kids and rats. That didn't sound right. But you're right. It's kids and rats. So it was kids. So I think it was rats first and kids later. So whatever. I'm getting off topic because
the town of Hamlin was suffering a rat infestation.
Yes.
The Piper, dressed in multicolored clothing, appeared claiming to be a rat catcher, and so forth and so on. So yes, there was an infestation of rats.
Okay, to me, it just made a weird connection in my mind. And Tachi says first he led the rats away, and when the townspeople were unappreciative, he led away. That's it. I thank you, Taji.
Thank you, Taji.
I knew the story. I just could not remember the deal because I was like,
Yes.
kids and rats didn't go together in my
But
mind.
fairy tales can be very interesting. They can be scary.
Yes, aren't they? Aren't they? But
Mm.
but see, here's the key. They're memorable. These fairy tales have been along 100, maybe I don't know how long.
Grimm
But
Brothers fairy tale, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I read as a kid. We read as children, and the story stuck. The
But my
story
question
stuck.
to you is, do we really read these things to our kids anymore? But that's a whole sidebar.
No, they okay.
I don't read to my grandkids. They would not be good on Jeopardy. But go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. You're absolutely right, because this ties into the topic of this is why user generated content works better than the marketing or the the content that you come up with in your mind, because this is coming from this is coming from the audience. This is coming from people that know your business, use your products, use your service, so they have a different take on it. So this is where things are going now. Just like with kids, we don't read them fairy tale stories anymore. Mm-hmm. They're on PS, what is it, 5? I don't know what it's up to. Xbox, whatever, Twitch, Switch, all those things that my daughter has, and I'm like, I get the names mixed up. But those are the things that they're paying attention to now. Here's the key. Somebody could make a game based on the Grimm's fairy tale, and that way the children of today will be brought in. But they're not going to pick up the book and say, oh, let's read about Hansel and Gretel and the old lady that enticed the children, or Pied Piper. Those stories still work, but they need to be told in a different format today. That's why it's tying into the UGC, because the story needs to be told, but not from you. Let's say what Taji said. Quibi.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Hey, put it back. Here we go. All right, I got it. Yeah, don't worry. I got the comments. Don't worry. Quibi should have used user generated content. Yes, we talked about that on a couple Fridays, Saji. We was talking about. I said they should have used influencers. I know Dr. Taji said a couple other things, but Quibi is a lost cause that didn't have to be lost. I see it like that. But hey, Quibi is sailing on into the great whatever.
To the sun.
Never to be seen again. Mm-hmm. But see, that's the key. That's why I'm bringing up user generated content, because it's something that we should look at and encourage. You can encourage your audience to create content based around your brand, your business, if you're doing things right. Now, if they're happy, if they're not happy.
Here's something I want to throw in here real quick. It is a sidebar. But I want to say to you, if you're running a business and it's not going the way you think it should go, you're not the only one who missed it. These people missed it by billions of dollars. It's okay to start over. I just wanted to say that, because Quibi was a real miss. Oh my God. And some serious investors invested in it. So,
right.
Your business is destined for success. Just keep at it.
Quibi, I don't know what to say about them.
The experts don't always get it right, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, I mean, okay, so I want to give you the background on Quibi. I'm trying to pull up my notes because I have some links to exactly what brought me to user generated content. Yes, we know about it. It's been there, but it's been in the news lately. And I wanted to show you something that happened on TikTok, and you have to look at it. So before I explain it, so I have the link to the TikTok. I'm going to bring it up.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to talk about the influencer for makeup over there on Twitch and how that blew up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, she really she's a gamer, but she was talking about her makeup while she was gaming, and
wow,
just into it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so you see. All right, so I have it. Let me make sure that you can hear the sound because
Mhm.
it won't be fair to play this
Thank
without
you.
the
Please click that
sound.
box. It says share audio.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Oh, let's turn that on.
Oh yes, the cranberry juice guy. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so let me see if I can stop it. Now I want to. Oh, let me try to stop. I wanted to show you the numbers.
Okay.
See, TikTok will keep playing. That's the So
It'll
here I am
it'll it's
going
on.
out of my Evernote. All right, so let me go back. I wanted to show you the numbers, but and here let me feature Tachi. Tachi says, "I love this guy. I do too. I do too." So here's the deal with well, are we calling him cranberry juice guy?
I just remember when I finally saw the bottle. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Okay, so this happened last month, and this is 420. What is his name? 420 doggies. 420 dog face 208 on TikTok.
Okay.
So he's recording. He did a quick video while he was on his way to work on a skateboard. Now, why he's on the skateboard is because his car broke down. He was going to work, so he needed to go to work. So and this is not his first TikTok. He's done several others. His children got him to get on when it was Musically, so he's been on it for a while.
Oh, okay.
And it's a vibe. People calling it a vibe. So he's rolling to work on his long skateboard, drinking cranberry juice, and he put the song "This Is Dreams" by Fleetwood Mac featuring Stevie Nicks, which she was on CBS Sunday Morning this Sunday. So if you want to see a feature about her, you can go to cbsnews.com and see last Sunday's show. And they mentioned the This is Ocean Spray cranberry juice. All right. So what's the big deal? This is someone who just recorded something off the fly, and what he likes cranberry juice, right? And what happened is he put the right song on. That's the other key. He put so it all melded together, became a vibe. Because guess what? We're still in this pandemic. Everybody's weary. It was just a moment of time where people was like, look how free he's just rolling down the highway or wherever you're the off ramp or something, drinking the cranberry juice with the right song that just fit the mood. Okay, so he did that, and I think it got like 65 million views as of when I checked. Yes, 65 million views, guys, on TikTok. Let me say that again. 65 million views for something that was 15 seconds of him just doing whatever. Now, if you go to his TikTok, he's doing a lot of dancing and stuff, and the other videos do not get 65 million views. Well, this thing blew up and it went viral. And again, you cannot plan viral. It just happens. And we don't know the reason, the rhyme. To me, I think a viral video or viral whatever, it just hits the mood right of people feeling good.
People smile.
Right. Because remember in 2016, there was Chewbacca Mom. Do we remember Chewbacca Mom? The mom, the suburban mom that went to Kohl's and bought a Chewbacca, which is from Star Wars. She bought the mask. She was so delighted because it made noise when you open the mouth. So she put it on in the car. And she did a video on Facebook for her family only. She said, "Oh, it's for my family." So she put the thing on, and she was so delighted, and her laughter was so infectious in the video. It was shared by her family, and it just grew from there. Now, did she plan on, you know what, I'm going to buy this mask, and I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to get like 100 million views or whatever the amount was? I didn't check because this was 2016. She didn't do that. She was like, I'm buying a mask. There's a Chewbacca mask, and when you open your mouth, it makes the Chewbacca sound. He made some I can't even describe the sound, but you know it when you hear it if you're Star Wars fan or if you've seen the movies or whatever. She didn't plan that. It just happened. That's called viral because she just did something that hit the mood at that time and it was shared out.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing with Ocean Spray, cranberry juice guy. So let's get back to him. So what happened to him? Well, Ocean Spray saw the TikTok. They went to his house, gave him a cranberry truck. I got my notes out. He gave him a cranberry truck.
Is that where he got the truck from? Okay.
Oh, yeah. So Ocean Spray wanted to thank him because this thing went crazy and people were buying Ocean Spray. The stock went up, everything. It went crazy. Even Fleetwood Mac got a bump from this thing that their song from 1977 went back on the Billboard charts.
Amazing.
It went back because of this one video because people were like, what song is that? Well, in TikTok, it tells you the song. So then you go to your streaming service, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you listen to, and you stream the song, and then you might stream the whole album, and then, so that's how this works. So here's what Ocean Spray did. They gave him a pickup truck. They also gave him, like, I don't know if it's a year's worth or whatever they gave him was Ocean Spray juice. And they filmed that. And put that on their Instagram. Well, that blew up. So it's been 4 weeks. People are doing dreams. I think it's a dreams challenge.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Yeah. So they're doing a viral video trend. It's being called the Ocean Spray Challenge. For the challenge, people recreate his video by drinking cranberry juice while skateboarding to Fleetwood Mac. Now, here's another part of it. The CEO of Ocean Spray did his little video that got views. Fleetwood Mac, the founder of the group, he did one with the Ocean Spray and the song. So it became a thing. So in the last 4 weeks, this thing has like gotten bigger off of what? One video.
I'm surprised he didn't. He hasn't been approached by some skateboard companies.
He's been approached by a lot of things. Because here's the deal. I think it was living in a trailer on his brother's property or something. And then he, like he said, his car broke down. So that's why he got the pickup truck.
That is a country western song. Go ahead.
What's the country western song?
The circumstances. Living on the trailer with a broken down car.
Yes. My car broke down. I don't have any, because he didn't have any run. I don't have any running water. I'm living in a trailer on my side.
I'm broke.
That's a country song. Tachi says, and I love this song. It's gotten so popular these past few weeks. Yes. Like I said, it went back on the Billboard charts. The streaming, I had the streaming numbers. Let me see. No, I don't have the streaming numbers. All it says is that the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac reached number 1 on iTunes and returned to the Billboard charts for the first time since 1977.
Wow.
The song is old, guys. It's not a new song coming out on the chart, but it's a great song. But see, that's why I said it hit because he picked the right song. If he had picked like a hard rock song or something, it might have gotten some views from that community. But he picked a feel good song, and like I said, it fits a time. We're in the pandemic. People are tired. This election thing. We tired.
We are saturated, girl.
That's all I can say. We tired. All right. So here's this guy, and it's just the freedom of it, of him rolling on the skateboard, drinking, and he got to carry the world going to work. And he said he shot it, and then because he couldn't use his phone at work, so he quickly posted it before he got to work. And he said by lunchtime it had like 2 million views or something. He didn't know. Like I said, he didn't know. I'm just doing what I do. And I put the right song on and I posted it and I went to work. So that's viral. But see, this is also user generated content.
Mm-hmm.
So he's drinking Ocean Spray cranberry juice, not store brand.
Yes.
Whatever store brand, ours is Craig Crosdale or something. Whatever store brand in your region, everybody knows the store brand. So he wasn't drinking store brand cranberry juice. He was drinking Ocean Spray.
There you go.
It's a big brand. So Ocean Spray they did the right thing by wait a minute. They got social media people that was checking out TikTok or because it was TikTok shared to Twitter that I think it kind of got bigger when it was shared to Twitter and the other platforms. But that's not a point. But they had social media people for Ocean Spray watching out for mentions of Ocean Spray.
Okay.
They saw this. And somebody smart in their social media department said, you got to get on this thing now. You cannot wait weeks. Because most brands like this, older brands, big brand, they don't care. They kind of go, yeah, whatever, that's cool. No.
Sluggish about it. Yeah.
Right. Sluggish, slow. We got to get legal on this. We got to get this. They got like 5 million departments that got to check off on the thing before. And by that time, social media goes fast. The attention goes fast. Right. So you would have missed the boat. So somebody was smart. They got right on it. The CEO got in on it. So this is telling me that they got their social media strategy on point, that they're paying attention. User generated content. So guess what? So them buying him the truck and giving him the Ocean Spray is a drop in a bucket compared to them creating and shooting a commercial with an advertising agency and blah blah blah, and it might have fell flat.
A lot of goodwill too.
Yeah. So see, this is how user generated content has saved them money, because creating an advertising campaign around Ocean Spray costs lots of money, more than what they gave. The truck was nothing. They gladly gave him the truck because that in their budget, that cost is like minuscule compared to them doing an ad. Ads cost I don't even want to tell you how much ads cost.
Not to mention, during the course of all this going on, now you have all these protocols. You can only have so many people in the ad. You got camera people. You got people standing in the middle of a cranberry. What do you call that? Where they wash them, whatever patch. I don't know anything about making cranberries. But I remember the guys with the waiter.
The two guys, yeah,
standing in the water,
in the bog. It's a cranberry bog. So Ocean Spray. I'm glad you brought that up, because see, Ocean Spray had that old timey
had the classic approach to commercials.
Classic, but it doesn't work now. That doesn't work. I mean, that works for an older market because we already know Ocean Spray. But if you're, like I said, that kid, Gen Z, they're on TikTok, Snapchat, what have you. If you're catching their attention there, an older brand like this can get a shot of injection of youth from the youth talking about it and buzzing about it. And then in this case, this isn't even a young Gen Z in the video. This is an older guy, but he has a useful attitude. Because if you look at his videos and stuff on TikTok, he has a useful attitude. And I'm not even going to tell you what the 420 in his. I knew instantly what he was into when I saw the 420. Pat says, LOL, you don't have to worry about social distancing with user-generated content. Exactly. I'm glad. Thank you for bringing that up, Pat, because see, with advertising now, they're having trouble filming commercials and things like that because you have Corona, you have, each state has a different rules about, excuse me, every state has different rules about filming and people gathering and stuff like that. So if you use user-generated content, the work's done for you. All you have to do is post it. And here's the other thing that Ocean Spray did. They did the follow-up with their CEO. They did the follow-up by giving this guy recognition of, he was on the skateboard because his car broke down. So let's give him a car. Let's give him Ocean Spray. Let's go and film it. So, and also it's on their Instagram. I had the link. I can't find it. I'm not going to bring it up. But if you go to Ocean Spray, their Instagram, they filmed them bringing him the truck and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that kind of gives the wave of, it keeps the momentum going for the user generated content. So see, this one piece of content that Ocean Spray did not pay for is generating all of this revenue because their stock went up and people are buying Ocean Spray, which is what you want as a business. You want people buying your products, right?
Yes. And you know, that reminds me of when the ladies were making the masks and some local sewing machine company, she was making it on an old machine.
Uh-huh.
And a machine broke down and they found out about it on social media. They delivered her a couple of machines and they filmed it, her coming out with a mask on, and they set the thing over there on the table and, you know, the social distancing and everything so that she could continue to make masks. And yeah, so that was sort of, what would you call it? User generated content.
Yeah.
People began to follow her. And it, you know what I'm saying?
And then
brought people into the shop to buy fabric to make more masks.
Right. No, that's it exactly. Tachi says brilliant move by Ocean Spray. Yes, they executed it brilliantly because, like I said, other big corporation brands would have just been like, "Oh, that's nice," you know, move along. You know, the thing in Friday, move along.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. But no, see, this is where you say, "Hey, I can capitalize off of this because it's by someone in the community that likes the product." This also can work with services. So Pat says, don't forget Fleetwood Mac also made a reply video. Yeah, I mentioned that he did a reply video, Pat. Thank you. Yeah. Fleetwood Mac did one, the CEO, and also there's a Dreams Challenge going on right now. Ocean Spray Dreams Challenge. I'm not sure the name, but I know there's a challenge where everyone is getting on skateboards, drinking cranberry juice, and filming themselves. So it's become a viral video that Ocean Spray is like, ooh, thank you for that, because we was trying to figure out how to film those two guys in the bog, like Terralina said, the two guys in the cranberry bog that they had for years. Those one's like a young guy, the one's an older guy. Yeah, I forgot. They have names. I don't even remember the names.
I don't know.
But that was that. But see, that was Ocean Spray's go-to. That was their advertising go-to for years. So they've broken out of the older mode, and now they're being recognized by,
because people are not watching TV like that.
Right. So they've broken out of the older mode, and they're fresh and new eyes on Ocean Spray, which is great because it increased sales for Ocean Spray and for Fleetwood Mac. Like I said, it's 1977. I think it's not. Yeah, 1977 was the last time they were on the charts with the song. Like charts. I mean, the song has been out. You know, if you know Fleetwood Mac, yeah, I like that song. Like Taji says, I love that song too. But it wasn't on the charts, and it wasn't in front of the younger crowd. So this is a win-win. Yeah, this is a win-win for Ocean Spray and for Fleetwood Mac. I wanted to bring that up because that's a good example. And like Taji said, that's a brilliant move, executed flawlessly. I mean, it's still going. It's still being talked about. Now, see, this is the thing, but how does that apply to, say, a smaller business, smaller brand? How do you do that? See, what you want to do is you want to move away from thinking you have to have slickly produced ads. You know, I have to have a professional setup, like an advertising campaign and this and that. No, so you see, with user generated content, it gets a lot of bang for the buck, which in this case, Ocean Spray spent $0 on the video, but they did spend on, you know, giving him the gifts and stuff. But the cost was small in comparison to going all out for a big advertising campaign. So this is what you can do if you've got a community, as it is a thing, that likes your product or your service, because it works with services too. We talked about this a few weeks ago. There was a guy who had a landscaping service, and he went to the older lady's house to fix something. No,
Yeah,
not landscaping. Was it electrician
I
or
don't
land?
know, but it's
It was.
Glorious Gladiators, right?
Yes, he had a certain. He went to the lady's house for whatever reason. I thought it was wiring. I don't know if it was
I don't
landscaping. I might be
remember.
getting it mixed up. And she couldn't afford what it is that needed to be repaired.
Yeah,
And he could have dropped it, but he went to the community. He put it on social media. He told everybody, about helping this older lady out because she was all alone in the house and she needed this and that. And this,
yeah.
pandemic is whatever. So they got a lot of donations. They got people to join in, and like Carolina said, they have a group called, was it Glorious Gladiator?
Glorious Gladiators.
Right. So they all of that came from him, and I think did he post something on social media? I'm trying to remember if he
I don't know
did.
if he posted to get people to come over and volunteer because a lot of people were off work or whatever, or their businesses have blown up and they got a lot of business and they could afford to help her
Right.
out. The house was falling apart.
Yes,
So
the
there
house
was
was falling
work
apart.
for
I think
everybody.
he did post something on social media. I don't remember the details.
But I know it must have been on social media because
It had to
it
be.
ended up on Sunday morning.
Yes, that's where I saw it on
That's where I
CBS
saw it
Sunday
too.
morning.
Mhm.
So I think he posted something somewhere. I don't know if it was next door or Facebook or somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And again, user generated content. So in return, he gets attention to his business, but that wasn't what he was doing it for. He was doing it to be helpful and charitable and say, listen, this older lady lives in a house all alone, is falling apart. We need to fix it up for her. And he got people that, Pied Piper, interested. So again, the key is him. The key in that situation is how he presented it on social media, how he talked about it in the neighborhood. How he gathered people together to come and say, well, she needs this fix and she needs that fix. So they brought all of that together. And if you're a business that participating in that, like Carolina said, CBS Sunday Morning did a national story on it. I mean, I think it's still on their website. So
yeah, I'm looking at it online. They did
right.
2 minutes and 28 seconds. Home Repair Heroes, they called it.
There you go. So if you're in the home repair business and you do something charitable like this, that's good for the neighborhood and helping out this woman, people, that's a feel-good story. Again, you didn't create that.
Mm-mm.
No, your business doesn't create that. It's created by the community. It's created by the users. It's created by word of mouth, and it feels good. Again, here's the feel-good part of it. It has to feel good, and it has to hit in a time when we're in a pandemic and people want good news. People want to feel happy about something. So if you can do that, especially now, user-generated content. Now, this is the deal. How do we get that kind of thing going? Well, I said earlier, you have to check for mentions of your business or the industry, and it has to be from someone who's saying good things or feeling good, like the feel good part of it. Oh, I use this product and da 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 da. And they don't even have to say, I feel good. The Ocean Spray example, he's not talking. It's just music. But you're getting the feeling of happiness from his freedom. He's just drinking that cranberry juice and he's rolling on a skateboard, and the wind, he doesn't have any hair, but if he was, had wind in the hair, the music fits. So if you can get all of that into play, then you got your user generated content. Now I got a couple of points I want to excuse me, I want to bring up. One, I was saying create brand desire, but that ties into what I just said about the feeling of happiness, the feeling of freedom and joy, and making people feel good from the content. That's the part that has to hit. It has to have that part in it where it's making people feel good. Because if it's something, most people go online to talk about a business on social media to bash it. Right? To say something bad, that, I had a bad experience. I ordered this and I was promised to have it and I don't have, I see lots of that. That's not something you want to use. It has to be about getting people to experience your brand in a good way for the first time if they've never come across it. All right. And then this works a lot for, I have some more examples, but I'm not going to bring them in. I'm just going to because we're running out of time. I want to bring them in. I'll put the links in if you want to see. One of them is I was going to talk about travel. Hello BC is travel to Canada, kind of, come to Canada kind of thing. So they use a lot of user generated content by people coming to Canada, traveling, and or in this case, not going to Canada. They're already in Canada, maybe going to different places. So they're sharing the feel good stories of people who are traveling in Canada and taking pictures of where they're staying, what they're seeing. And if you like, I love fall. And if you like fall and you want to see scenes of, fall foliage and moose and things like that, Canada, it's a really good site to go see because, we're not allowed in Canada right now. So if you want to visit Canada with your eyes, I think the site is Hello BC on Instagram.
Okay.
I will put the link in. But they're an example of how a non-product like travel services, stuff like that, how do they use user-generated content? By showing the desire, the happiness that someone is displaying by using the product, or in this case, being in Canada. It's still the same thing. It has to convey the happiness. It has to convey, this looks, this makes me feel good looking at it, because we're not there. We're not there. Okay. So you have to have that brand desire. You also want to use user-generated content to build a library for you. As I said in the beginning, you can, instead of creating content yourself, you still should create your own content, but this comes to the case where, what do I post? I don't have any ideas. User-generated content, and then it builds the library, because you're going to focus content on, things that are evergreen, that is not news. Because see, news, if it's newsy, like this ocean spray story, in a couple of months, we're not going to remember it. Next year, we're not going to remember it because it's newsy. It's hitting right now because there's a wave of awareness. Like I said, I heard about this 4 weeks ago, last month, but it's just now it's starting to build momentum, but it's going to die down. So it's really kind of newsy in the moment versus evergreen, which is a topic that you always talk about, like how to do this, how to do that, something that today somebody needs it, and then in a month the new people that come are going to need it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I wanted to clear up what the evergreen is. It means that it's content that is always going to be fresh and green because new people need to come and discover it, versus the ocean spray,
something trendy.
Yeah, the ocean spray is great. It's trendy. It's now, but in 6 months, we're like, who?
So it's like a quick trend,
right?
And then a fad. Remember they used to talk about it's a fad.
Yeah, I mean, ocean spray is not really a fad per se, but the focus on it
is not a fad,
right? The focus.
But the character or the person featured tends to be a fad, and they may fade away.
Yes. So how do we use the user generated content? You can start with you can say a contest, that they get, you give them a discount or a feature, however you want to set contests up, but it's very tricky doing contests on Instagram and Facebook. So I want to tell you, study that really well before you start. But if you do it, you're going to use a branded hashtag that you make up. That's a hashtag that's not everybody else not using. Like you wouldn't do hashtag travel industry. Like that's not a hashtag. You would make something up off of your business, like the name of your business. You could use that because that's not a hashtag that would be used by other people. Right. Okay. So and that why you want to do a hashtag like that is because it makes it easy for you to pick out the content out of all that content that's on Instagram. So you could search by hashtag and say, oh, this person posted about the contest. I'm going to reuse or reshare with permission. This is another deal. You have to get permission, and you get permission by sending a DM. Hi, I'd like to feature your, or when you set up the contest, say, you give permission for me to share this if you use the hashtag. something like that. But you have to convey up front or before you share that I want to share this. Is it okay? They say yes or no. And then you can reshare. And there's different ways of doing that on depending on the platform that you're on. So I mean that's really what it is, that you want to use the user generated content. It's something that it gets the attention. It's something that's standing out from just posting the same old thing over and over every day, or you want to mix it up. You want to bring some new eyes in to look at your business or your brand to see what you're doing online. And I wanted to bring up the Ocean Spray. Hello BC, another one if you want to take a look at on Instagram, that they're doing user generated content for it's not a product. It's more of, in the travel industry, which is they're not selling a product, they're selling an experience. Gotcha. So the Hello BC example is for selling, using experiences. Whereas the Ocean Spray is for a product, which is easier. It's easier to do user generated content for a product because people are using it and taking a picture.
Hold it up or
Right. So with a product, it's easy. You hold it up, you use it. The Ocean Spray example, you see the product. So it's easier for products. For
product placement.
Right. That's it. Product placement. That's it exactly. Now, here's the deal. You might, personally go, well, I'm going to get on the trend, say the Ocean Spray thing, but you're not going to get what that guy got because it was the first one.
Yeah.
Right. You're just joining the challenge. You're just joining in on the fun, and also getting a little attention to your business or your brand. You have to be careful about how you do it, but you can bring some new eyes in if you join the challenge. Not if you are using user generated content from your audience. I'm saying if you're joining the challenge, that's another way to get in on the fun and bring people to your side or your brand to see what you're posting, and they might be interested. So user generated content is a good strategy. You have to walk the fine line of, if you're using from your audience, from your customers, ask for permission, because you don't want to just use it and share it, and then they come along and say, wait a minute, I didn't give you permission. Even though, people think
that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. I was just going to get into copyright and stuff like that. People think that they can just take other people's photos and share them. And even if you do that and put say this is from so-and-so, you have to ask first. People don't know that. You have to ask first. You can share their stuff, but you're supposed to ask first because of copyright claims. When somebody posts something on their social media, they own the copyright. It's just that, where people are not going, well, I'm going to get my lawyer. They're not doing that because of the expense of it. But if you want to be on the right side as a business, you want to ask permission. And don't think, they're going to get angry. They say, most people say yes, because we said in the beginning, they want their post to be featured. They want what they say or their account to be featured by you, no matter how big.
It's a matter of common courtesy.
Yes. What happened to common courtesy?
And it's just like at the school. You don't want people posting pictures of your kids without permission.
They can't. Right. They can't.
You need a release sometimes.
Yes. The photo release. Right. The photo release. But see, in this instance, if you ask permission, that's good enough. You don't have to send them an official legal document. Well, just ask, and if they say yes, you have my permission to reshare, reuse, whatever, then you're good to go. Okay. Now, if you're doing ads, that's a whole, that gets into what Carolina was just saying. If you're going to use their content in an ad, that's a whole nother.
And their image,
right. Their image or their post or anything that they've said or written in an ad, that's different. Like a Facebook ad, no, you got to go get the legal document.
Campaign or whatever.
Yeah, get the legal document just to cover yourself as a business. I mean, you can ask them and they say, yeah, but an advertisement means that you're making money off of their content, which is a different story. We're talking about organic content where you're just resharing, not putting in an advertisement. Okay. All right, good. All right, so any questions? I know
I
we
think
had a
we're
little
good.
funny with this. Uh-huh.
I think we're good. We
Okay.
talked about user-generated content today.
Yes. UGC, another acronym that people, UGC, like, okay, user generated content, which means it comes from the audience, it comes from your customers, and it's not created by you. And you want to reshare it, you want to get permission first, get the permission first, and then you're good to go. And maybe you'll go viral like Ocean Spray and this guy. So we'll see.
You never know.
Yeah, so something to consider, something to add to your strategy when you don't have, I don't have any ideas. What can I do? You can do a quick look in your community where you are on social media, do a search for your brand, do a search for your industry, see what
Mhm.
people are saying and posting, and reach out and ask, can I that was a really good post, or I like the way you know how to word it, and say, can I reshare this on my social media? Yeah, and you're good. And that's it.
All righty.
All righty. So
Well, now, where can we find you, TJ?
oh, see, I almost about to say goodbye without saying where you can find me. I gotta bring up my stuff here. Sorry. You can find me here. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, the website. Ask me questions, send me messages, say, hey, remember you were saying whatever. You can find me. You can find me there, Terry Johnson Online, everywhere. And then also, you want to join the Biz Chicks.
You can join Biz Chicks by texting biz to 33777. We'd love to have you be a part of our community and join in the fun. Come on in, the water's fine. Come learn some things to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and take the hassle out of your hustle. So we want to remind you that tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be talking to Coach Karen over here on Biz Chicks about your money and sources of income. So you don't want to miss that. And on Thursday, we'll be talking Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And Friday, we'll be talking tech and English. So we'll see you here the same time, same station tomorrow. And remember to go to the front of your own line. Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody. See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye.